So starting the test drive in this Impreza RS, we do get auto stop, which is helpful when I'm sitting at a stoplight, but I also get pretty good horsepower when I'm ready to go. So 182 horsepower here, still getting 26 miles per gallon city, 33 highway, which is really good for something that's still pretty fun to drive, especially having the symmetrical all-wheel drive system, with this being a Subaru. But it's pretty quiet like most of the Subarus are with this engine, driving in city traffic, which I really like. And it just pairs so efficiently with this CVT. And a lot of that just has to do with having these two drive modes. So if I want to use the I there or go into the S there and just kind of give it a little more pep, I can do that. And I've said this before, the paddle shifters on the Subarus that have the manual mode are pretty fun, even though it's not a traditional transmission that you're shifting, quote unquote shifting. But it just makes the drive a little bit more enjoyable, especially if you're used to the older Subarus like the WRX, just the Imprezas in general, the ones that used to be really sporty. It's nice that you still have that capability at your fingertips. But at the end of the day, this is still the practical choice here. And I'm saying that if you're looking at cars like this, because you have all-wheel drive capability, you have very good fuel economy, the space in here is fantastic for a car of this size. And then you still have, I mean, you saw the crash test ratings on that sticker. Everything was 5s, rollover, front, side impact, everything. So that's still Subaru's #1 priority, and it shows. Now here in the I mode here, this is meant to be more efficient, but it still has plenty of pep. You don't have an eco mode that kind of feels like an eco mode. This feels more like a normal mode, which I like. And then put the S in drive, and then you kind of just get the higher revs and things of that nature. But what I like about it is either one of these I could just drive all the time. Like the S doesn't really feel like a sport mode unless you want it to be a sport mode. So if you put your foot down, all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, that's what this is for. Now I want to give one more thank you to Daryl Waltrip Subaru for allowing me to review this Impreza RS today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to get the best deal on an Impreza in your area, make sure you click that link below. It takes about a minute or two to fill out that information, and we'll make sure that the dealers in your area are fighting to give you that best possible price on one of these. But we're gonna try and give it a little throttle getting on the interstate here if we can. But it looks like I'll be in traffic, so we can't get a really good pull. But I mean, for 33 grand, you can't beat what you get here. And you do get a lot in terms of features, fuel economy, and just something that's capable with the all-wheel drive. So I had to go through some traffic back there. They were doing some construction. But lane centering on here, I can tell you just from driving other Subarus, is pretty stellar. It's not meant to be a full self-driving technology, but you could take your hands off the wheel if you want to every so often. Just make sure you're paying attention the whole time. And the car does want you to keep your hands on the wheel the entire time. But I mean, for what it is, I think the car is, like I said before, a really good price for something that's this capable. I mean, it's somewhat quick. The paddle shifters are fun. Love the screen. These screens have been in Subarus for a minute, but I still feel like they're pretty up to date. They still feel modern. They still feel like they have a ton of tech in them. And it's a good overall package if you want a car that drives like a car, feels like a car, handles like a car, parks like a car, but has that all-wheel drive capability. And seeing as there aren't that many just full-on car-style hatchbacks on the road, it's really hard to really give a competitor to this vehicle here. but it's still, again, it has all the features you would want: blind spot monitors, adaptive cruise, lane centering, heated seats, and this one even has the Harman Kardon sound system and the sunroof. So if I were to get one of these, this is pretty much how I'd spec it out. So I want to give one last thank you to Daryl Waltrip Subaru. And again, if you're looking to find a car in your neighborhood and you want to make sure you get the best possible price, make sure you check out that link below, fill out that info, and I'll get the dealers fighting to get you that best price. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Subaru Impreza RS.